Hey guys, welcome on my YouTube channel. If you are here for the first time or you are a recurring subscriber, thank you very much for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy this kind of information. Today I will tell you about a very important equipment that we have on board in the galley, and it's regarding marpol Annex V food waste. So I will tell you a few words about this equipment. It's called a food shredder or a food waste commuter. Any of the definition is fine. This is a very important and special equipment that any ship has and must be in good working condition, and it is located in the galley of the vessel. So first of all, let me tell you a few words about Annex V of the marpol regulation. Annex V is regarding the food waste management plan. Even the food can cause pollution to the environment. Maybe you are thinking, hey, maybe the marine animals can eat this food. Yeah, that is true, but there are still some rules that apply to the food waste management, because even the food that you are throwing overboard can cause pollution, and we do not want to do any damage to the environment. The seas and oceans around the world are categorized as special areas. The special areas are the Mediterranean Sea, the Baltic Sea, the Black Sea, the Red Sea, the Gulf area, the North Sea, the wider Caribbean region, and the Antarctic Sea. This is an overview image of the full equipment. So, the food waste management plan, which is part of the Annex V of the marpol regulation, states the following things. If the ship is outside the special area, you can discharge the food waste if it's commuted or grounded, if you are at minimum of 3 nautical miles and en route. If the ship is within the special area, then you have to be at minimum 12 nautical miles away from the shore and with the engine en route. If you are having some problems with the food shredder equipment that you have on board, and let's say you do not have the spare parts and you are away from the shore, you are very far away and there is nobody to assist you from the shore, then the food cannot be commuted. And if the ship is in a special area, you are not allowed to throw this food. You must store it somewhere until you are reaching the shore or until the food waste shredder is repaired. But if you are not in a special area, like I said before, then you can throw this food overboard even if it's not shredded. So in this particular morning, which I am recording here, I was called in the galley by the chief cook, and he was complaining that the food shredder equipment is having some issues and it is not working properly. So after investigating, I have noticed that there was some problem with low insulation, and also the drain of the food shredder was clogged. I am sure that you can already imagine that the drain was clogged with oils and different parts of food waste. So that was pretty disgusting, and I cannot show you that. There is no point to that, but you can believe me what I'm telling you from experience. After seeing what it was there and how it was clogged, nobody has touched that drain, nobody has cleaned it in many years. So I cannot show you that, unfortunately, but trust me when I tell you it's very disgusting. So I had to call the fitter of the vessel to assist me in this matter, because I could not do it alone. I could not fix that drain by myself, and we have this special tool that is called a snake. It's actually a special wire that we use to fix this drainage problem. We use that for maybe half hour, 35 minutes, something like that, and that issue was finished for the moment. At least for the next few months, there will be no issues regarding the drain of this food shredder. So after finishing the drainage problem, the fitter went in engine room to continue with his daily job, and I remain here to fix the electrical problems. First of all, before starting this job, I took a high voltage permit, which has to be signed by the chief engineer. And after taking the necessary permit, I switched off the power. This equipment here, it is not live because it's 440 volts equipment, and there is no second chance on something like this. You will die instantly if you are touching a phase. So after switching off the equipment, I took all the necessary steps to be sure that everything is safe, and I proceed to investigate a low insulation problem. What you are not seeing on the recording is the following. Before I open the contact here, I opened the motor that you are seeing behind, the black thing over there. I was checking the bearing and also if there is a insulation problem on the motor. Behind me I have a Megger tester. So the motor was okay, the bearings were still okay, and I have a file that I keep in the engine room computer, which is recording the running hours of all the bearings on board this vessel. So according to that file, I checked it. The bearings are still having about 2000 hours of running time. So they are still fine. Even though the file was saying that the bearings can still work for another 2000 hours, I was thinking that since I'm opening this equipment for one job, better do all the jobs, so I do not have to come back here maybe the next day or in the near future. And I opened the motor myself, checked the bearing with my own eyes, and it was indeed in good condition, still running, no problem. I have discovered that some of the wiring which was going in the contactor here that is controlling the food waste shredder was having some low insulation because there was some moisture inside. So I removed all the wiring, I have cleaned it, and then make the necessary connection. And also I have secured this connection box with some silicone, just to be sure that there are no moistures going inside, because you know the galley, it has a lot of moisture, a lot of fumes, a lot of cooking oil in the air, and over time this can cause low insulation on the equipment if it is not properly secured. Like I was saying before, the food shredder is a very important equipment on board. It's actually critical equipment, because you see, if you are arriving in a port and by some reason you are having some inspection and they find out that this equipment is not working properly and you did not inform the company or you did not inform the port authority about this issue, they will give you, besides the fact they will give you a fine, a very big fine, the ship can be arrested as well, because this is regarding pollution, and the shipping industry is taking these matters very, very serious. As you know, pollution is a big issue in our world. As you are seeing in these images, it is looking relatively clean. Before I started recording, I had to clean the area a little bit. Just there under the motor, it was full of grease and dust, and this is what I was saying at the beginning of the vlog, that from my experience this was looking that nobody has opened this equipment for many years, and it was very dirty. And if you're having some inspection, sometimes they can open this and they can check, and this is not a big issue, but it does not look good for the captain and the chief engineer of the vessel, you know, or the chief officer, because he is responsible for the galley. So whenever I'm doing a job, a small job on an equipment, I like to check everything else, just to be preventive, you know, so I don't have to come the next day for another small issue. So after checking the problems with the drainage and the low insulation and the Megger test on the motor, I checked also the impalers, which are located over there above the motor. There are some impalers made of stainless steel, but that does not mean that they are indestructible. And you have to check the condition of these impalers sometimes, because you do not know what kind of people you have on board, and they are either doing it on purpose or they don't know. Sometimes they are throwing some very big bones over there, and of course the blades can be broken, and there is no way of replacing them on board. You have to make an order outside, and in the fastest time possible, ideally in the next port, some spare blades should come on board. And of course they are expensive, and it's a waste of money for the company. So please, if you are coming on board and you do not know how to use this equipment, you either ask the people, the chief cook or the engineers, and if you do not know how to use this, please do not use it. So I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. I tried to give you some brief information about the food waste management and the importance of this equipment that we have on board here. Also, I was showing you a little bit of maintenance that I have done on this equipment. Hit that like button if you have enjoyed this vlog, and I hope you will subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.